What is up? What is up? What is up? They playing dirty out here, bro. They playing mad dirty. Ooh. Ooh, wee. Trying to get up out of here. It's not easy, son. Not easy. Nothing but blocks of ice here. Hold up. The Bucs are playing dirty, ladies and gentlemen. I don't trust this camera thing. I like to look back and see where I'm driving. Especially on ice. Woo! Man, it's crazy. So now, an Onlyfans model has gotten involved. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. We got an Onlyfans model getting involved. Now you might be saying to yourself, why is an OnlyFans model getting involved in something as trivial as this? Like, what does this have to do with anything? That's what you might be asking yourself. What does this OnlyFans model have to do with Antonio Brown and the Bucs and all of this situation? You know what this is? This is the Bucs getting dirty and dirty. Yeah. Hit the like button, good people coming through the door. Let's get into it. Now, this OnlyFans model, whose name is Ava Louise, claims that Antonio Brown, while they were stationed and staying at the Westin Hotel to play the Jets the night of the game, hits her up to come meet him at the Westin. She has text messages of this. So apparently and allegedly, he snuck her into the hotel to be with him that night. So, one, she just confirmed she's a hoe. And two, it confirms even more than that. It confirms now that the Bucs are going to pull out all stops to try to make sure they proved Antonio Brown violated codes of conduct as a teammate. Because that's what this taps into. This is the dirty game I was telling you about that they play. Now, all of a sudden, this chick wants to come forward and show text messages that she got with Antonio Brown, claiming that he snuck her in the night before the game, before he had his walk-off and everything else. And people will say, well, what the hell that got what to do with it? So what? He got some ass before the game. What that got to do with it? Well, we don't know anything about the COVID restrictions about being around players and the protocols. Now, if this was against team policy, which it seemed like it was, figuring that they said the word sneaking her in. So that's a violation right there of team conduct and everything else. So that's something else they can use against him. You know, so it's a lot of moving parts. But we all will have to wait and see. So yeah, this Onlyfans chick is trying to lead to breadcrumbs. How much you want to bet that it was one of the coaching staff, somebody that saw this chick there, brought this up, they went to this chick and they offered her some money and said, oh, you got text messages of that? Yeah, send that to us and the Bucs will take care of you. We need that. We're gonna need all of this to be proven, because the lawsuits are coming. Thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. The super chat. That was their plan all along. Their plan is to prove we got Antonio Brown for conduct detrimental to the team. And they had every grounds to release him. Even though it appears that none of them knew anything about this girl or nothing above the fact beforehand. Only now, since he's been released, here comes this. He released those text messages with Bruce Arians to prove Arians was lying. Now that he didn't did that, he's public enemy number one. Why did he release that about the coach? Because he could. He released that information about the coach because he could. There was nothing saying that he couldn't. So y'all want to get rid of him and blame the fact that he didn't go do the follow-up with the doctor that y'all like? Fine. Let that be your answer. Let that be your final answer to say this is the reason why we screwed this guy over. Fine. Let that be your answer. Let that be your out. But what we're not going to sit here and do is act as if what Antonio Brown said did not make sense. We're not going to act as if what he said was a lie. Because it made sense, and the way the moves and actions of the Bucs have not been consistent with what we've seen. What we've seen out the Bucs and what's been going on has been two different damn things. It's 5 degrees right now in Chicago. I think they said 5 degrees, right? 5 degrees Fahrenheit. 5 degrees. So I'll say it's pretty cold. And this is the time I'm normally outside doing stuff. When it's 5 degrees. I need my head examined. I'm supposed to be in my warm house, in my warm bed. You said AB Lawyer would get some dirt on the Bucs? I doubt that. Have you known anyone that has success suing the Patriots? No. Have you known anybody that have success suing any team that Brady played for? No. He played for the Patriots and he's playing for the Bucs. The Bucs ain't nothing but the new Patriots. You will not win. AB will win and John Gruden. I can't tell. What's up, Bear? Hope you're feeling better. I haven't been seeing too many Madden live streams from you lately. We were just talking about that today. We was like, man, no Bear live stream? That's crazy. Yeah, it's a little out there right now. So people are trying to assess what they're gonna do. You know? So it is what it is. Do you have any symptoms? I hope you feel better. Like I hope LB feel better. I feel you. But one thing for sure that I know of, and that is they're trying to stack the deck on Antonio Brown instantly. But this is what they always do. They shame people with women. Now, this whole thing has nothing to do with what happened on the field, has nothing to do with his injury. Just because a chick come to his room and he bang her out, that's supposed to mean something to his ankle? Is that what we doing now? Oh, this girl named Ava Louise, some Onlyfans Instagram chick. You know, this is the problem. Everybody keep imploring these Instagram women and bringing these women into their lives and mess things up. Now, here's the main problem with that situation. The main problem is that you bringing somebody like this into the fold. I would never bring somebody like that into the fold. This isn't gossip. How is it gossip and somebody that they the ones that provided the information? She the one that provided the information. It's Ava Louise. She the one talking about she got text messages and all this stuff. She's doing this. So she must want another bag. And AB was probably telling her to go to hell, you ain't getting no bag. I ain't mad at him for that at all. He probably like, look, I just blew my bag. But she's doing what she's doing to stay relevant. And I'm quite sure the Bucs are going to make sure she's straight. They say, you got those text messages? He snuck you in to where? And I bet you it was somebody on the coaching staff that sold them out. Okay, somebody just want to troll and be a clown. I see it. You can always tell when they can't process the information, they ain't got nothing to say. They just still go back and say the same stupid thing when they done been proven wrong. They just don't know where to go now. They just, you still. I'll be like, oh, shut up. Now you just a troll. I never looked at the situation the way y'all looking at it. Not at all. Never crossed my mind. I decided that I wasn't even gonna care, because to me, I didn't care. You know, everybody else did, except for me. Wasn't on my radar. Wasn't my concern. So I didn't feel an importance to have to do any of it. There was no need. This is all the information they're bringing out to the press, to the general public, and we're talking about it. So what is she talking about? It's like I've spied on them, or like I'm spying on them. I'm going through the Tampa Bay Bucs email address or something. That's what I'm saying. Y'all sound retarded, following behind these clowns. You got clowns like academics and all these other fools doing this type of nonsense. They play on your intelligence and they do it just to make you look bad and sound bad. Y'all don't even know the type of effects this stuff have on y'all, man. Yeah, man, it's been rough for AB, you know, but a lot of it he brought on himself due to his mental illness and everything else. But in this instance, he was correct. Now, the Bucs ain't going to apologize for doing the wrong. They just want him gone. So now, that's it. He's gone. But now, he can't go and play for another team. He's going to have to go and have the surgery now. So that's a fact. They wanted him to get a second opinion from another doctor. They said no. I already got it from the top physician in the world. He told me there's broken bones in there. What more did this other doctor tell you? He was already scheduled for surgery, and y'all talking about going to see another doctor. It doesn't make any sense. If I'm Tampa, I pay this man his money and let him go. You're not gonna want this thing going out to court and having it be going through an outrage and all this stuff. It's just not going to look good. It's just going to be another blackout in the game. You should go ahead and settle this out of court. Pay the man. That's it. That's all they should do. Cut him his check and say, look, we just going to put this behind us and let's move forward. You do your thing, we do our thing. Here's your check. And get through with this, because y'all drag this out in the mud, it's not gonna look good. It's not looking good now. Everybody coming after Bruce Arians on social media, but ain't nobody doing it on the media. Why is that? Nobody blaming Bruce Arians nowhere in the media. No sports media is blaming him and saying, hey, you know, we got to look at Bruce. Nobody's saying that at all. Ain't that interesting? Nobody saying anything about Bruce, but still talking about him in a good light after what he did, after he lied. They just step over the fact he lied. But Aaron Rodgers lied, and it was the third world. It was the end of the world when he lied. Aaron Rodgers lied. Bruce Arians just lied. Nobody cares. Oh, it was about Antonio Brown, so we don't care about that. He can lie about that. That guy shouldn't, but look at the way he acted. Look at the way he left the field. Oh, no, I'm still rooting for Brady. It's because it's not the players' fault. The players didn't do anything. The coaches and the organization, the general manager, they the ones that screwed up. They the one messed up with AB. And they tried to make it look like AB was hurting the team and all his teammates and all that. The dude is hurt. He's got a broken ankle. It's proven. He got broken bones in there. It says it on the MRI. And you can't even deny it because the MRI states it. They got the paperwork. They know that already. They know. And they always known. And they knew. And they got him playing on that ankle. And he's got broken bones going in there. He's got cartilage off the bone. So you know he's in pain. Oh, he got the receipts, believe me. If he didn't have the MRI receipts, believe me, his lawyer would not put that out. His lawyer released that statement. If he had never met that doctor and had an MRI, and you wouldn't be scheduled, first off, they wouldn't schedule you for surgery without an MRI. You don't have to take an MRI before you go into surgery. They got to see where the problem is. They got to know what they're fixing. Now, the MRI can show you some bone issues, but normally the X-rays show you more when it comes to bone. And MRI is normally for muscle and tissue. Now, people got to find their lane and stay in it. That's really it. People got to find their lane and stay to their lanes, man. That's it. That's really all it is. I've tried for the best of my life to lead by example. I always said that. I'm like, man, I got to lead by example. I got to be the reason why people do this. I got to be the reason somebody want to excel. I got to be the reason. I gotta stop being part of the problem, being part of the solution. See, everybody can state the problem, but how many people can go out there and be the solution to the problem? Not too many. There's a lot of people that let it tell you about the problems, though. They don't never want to be part of the solution. No one won. I was the first person to give AB his flowers. You know, everybody else started to do it after the fact. Like, man, I'm just going to have to apologize to this dude all the way around. I'm like, man, we got to hear him out. I said it in the first video, but I was like, if this is true, then this is done. You know, I was telling him the whole time, this is done if this is true. Because we still haven't heard everybody's side. We got to hear what's going on. Now it's on the Bucs. The Bucs got to explain what happened now. But I already know what happened because the way they handled the press conferences this week told me that they were in the wrong, they were liable. So they were like, we're in a hole. So we got to make sure AB is all right first before we start talking about removing him. So you got to make sure the guy you don't want to deal with no more is okay. And he's doing all right. Everything is everything. You got to do all of that before you make a move. Welcome to the new millennium, y'all. Where that doesn't even make sense. what happens. There's a lot of people in the world. But this is what they do to African Americans. Meanwhile, you've seen a New York Giants kicker go off and do some horrendous things to his wife, and they kept him on the team. They thought he was still good enough to work through it. They even got a hotel for his wife separately and her kids when he was going at her in the Pro Bowl. NFL gave her another room. Ray Rice landed one blow, and next thing you know, he's public enemy number one. When he never lied about anything that happened. And they went to court, and the judge said, yeah, the NFL lost. Because one, you did not prove this guy lied to you. That's double jeopardy. You can't charge him for the same thing twice. You can't punish him for the same thing twice. You gave him a fine and a suspension. That was the punishment. So obviously you thought that punishment fit the crime. Can't go back and repunish him after you've already done it. So they had to pay him out his full contract. The NFL had to do it. They had to swallow that. Now, here's AB. They're going to have to give him his contract. Ray Rice is one of the top running backs in the NFL. Never got a chance to play football again in the pros. Nobody would pick him up. Him and his fiance are now married and been married for years. No problems. At all. So, it is what it isn't. But I just thought I'll let that be known. So let me get out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease.